we got access. You're going to hear it here first. You can create videos that looks like me, it sounds like me, which is it's really really cool, but it's also kind of scary. AI generated videos that look serenely
Yeah.
real. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Autonomous Income. I'm your co-host, Deuce Noble.
And I'm your co-host, DJ. Man, Deuce. What's going on today?
Hey, man, another week in this world, this crazy new world we live in with AI taking over as always. And of course, we got the hot freshness. I had this professor that used to say, I got the new freshness coming out at you, right? So, of course, tonight, DJ, we're going to talk all about Sora 2. It just dropped, and guess what? We got access.
We got
So,
access. Exactly.
we got access. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Tell me, first of all, DJ, shout out to you for staying on top of it, but tell me your overall initial experience and reaction to Sora 2, because that's what I want to hear.
Man, I've been using it a lot, like a lot. As you know, I upgraded to Pro a while back. So I guess, I've been able to really, do a lot of videos. And it's not 100% perfect, but it's the closest to, I mean, it's really good. So there was a lot of new video models that came out recently and upgrades to those from a lot of different places. But I mean, Sora 2 is just the coherency. The closest thing you can kind of compare it to is VO3. Now that it has the vertical aspect ratio and they've turned it into a platform. So if you guys that don't know, the TLDR is like Sora 2 released, the quality's better. It actually does audio now, just like VO3 does from Google. And they created its own app. It's invite only as it is right now. And Deuce and I were able to get in there.
So also, I'll say this,
Yeah.
but for those who don't know, let's back it up real quick. Sora 2, it is here. And what it is, it's OpenAI's latest video generation app or
Yep.
model, so to speak, right? And they've turned that model into a full-on application, which is people are comparing it to the likes of TikTok
Yeah,
because of
that's true.
how it
You
is,
are.
how
I
right, how,
so
like how the platform
yeah,
is. Like,
yeah.
okay, I see where they're going, and I guarantee you. You're going to hear it here first. As always, it's my 2 cents. There's going to be someone like a Facebook or TikTok. Matter of fact, I think there was somebody who was telling me that TikTok got bought out, or is being bought out, but they're going to be trying to get their hands on Sora too. So everything is physically accurate. It's very realistic, more controllable than prior systems and models. So Sora 2 really has upped the game with their cameos and their synchronized dialogue and sound effects, like DJ was telling us. It's cool. So if you're interested, check it out. Look into it. We're bringing it here first, telling you guys all about it. And of course, like you said, right now it is invite only. And
And we
DJ
will
has
be,
a,
yeah, we have invite codes that we'll be also be raffling off. So make sure to like, comment, and that way you can enter your name. If you subscribe, make sure to like and comment, and that way you can enter your name to get a invite code. We have a couple of those left, so we'll be giving those out too. So that way you guys can jump in and check it out for yourself. Right now it is, I believe it's free,
absolutely.
right? Produce,
It
but
is free right now.
it is iOS only at the moment. So for my Android users at this time, it did say it's a fast follow, so I'm hoping within the next week or so. But as it is right now, it's iOS only, so we'll be giving those
Man,
codes away. Yeah.
let's go talk to their product managers. Man, I gotta release a parody.
We had to back in the day. We did. We had to
Right,
release a
look, what's up?
parody,
What's
but
up? They ain't releasing the parody. They ain't got no Android developers.
man,
Look, let me give them a
look,
call.
let me give.
But anyway, like if you guys really want to play around with the new AI social media app, which is what this is turning into, let us
Yeah.
know. We're going to raffle off a code. But let's kind of take a peek back and dive into some of the features that it has. The first one I think is really cool outside of, the invite only. It's kind of feels like early age Facebook, right? But the one I think is really cool is called Cameos, where you do a short 5 to 10 second recording of your face and or body. And if you unlock or share your cameo with your followers or just anybody, or you can just keep it for yourself, you can create videos. DJ and I can create videos of each other doing different things like AI related. We could have a prompt basically say, hey, make a video doing this pertaining to the community guidelines, of course, in Sora, and it'll use our cameo and our likeness and our voices to create a short 5 to 6 second video, I believe. I don't know if there's a cap
Yeah.
on
And
the
actually,
videos.
what we'll do is we'll show y'all one of the ones we made right now.
All right, we got the Nova ARs on the table today.
Right, they look like regular shades, lightweight too.
Check out the touchpad on the side.
Put them on. Yeah, as soon as I slide them on, the dashboard pops up. Time, weather, crypto tickers.
You can start recording just by swiping right.
Right.
All right. Yeah. So now that you've got a chance to see it, you guys can see that I mean, it is wild. I mean, it takes your likeness and it doesn't get it one for one. As Deuce was mentioning before, like, it does imagine some of your body type because I want to say I'm a little bit more cut than that. I might not be, but yeah, it had a little bit different, but it's not bad though. It is not bad. It's super solid consistency. We'll show a couple more clips throughout the video and then we'll show some towards the end as well.
What up, bro? You good?
All right. Things with Zariah have been complicated.
Tell me what's going
She
on.
says I'm cold, like I don't show enough feeling.
Look, feelings ain't weakness, man. You care about it, let us see that. Little things. Check in, tell her you appreciate it.
People worry you're here to replace them. What do you say to that? I say relax. I don't want your job. Spreadsheets and quarterly reports? Not my idea of a good time. Frankly, I'd rather be back on.
Yeah, Deuce, what about cameos? What about in your experience, or we know from your take, what do you think on it?
Man, I'm gonna say this. At first, of course, I was just like, all right, let me do my cameo. Look, I'm gonna say this. They did me a little dirty. I did a, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I didn't know what it was. I'm like, it prompts you to read a couple of numbers, and it says turn to the left, look to the side, look up, look down, something like that. So I'm like, cool. What is this? I made me my first video, and I was like, okay, this is cool because it looks like me, it sounds like me, which is it's really really cool, but it's also kind of scary because it's like I said three numbers and you guys can make a whole monologue based on my voice. All right, all right.
Everything, yeah.
But no, cool
Did you
feature.
open yours up? So, like you were saying before, so just to articulate, Deuce brought up a great point is that they give you the control. So not to freak everybody out, you can set it to only you can use your cameo. So you
Yes.
can, and basically what that means is when you prompt it, you're going to at. So you'll say at myself and it comes up with people's names or faces. If there's
Oh
that,
yeah.
you can at yourself. The next level down is people that you select. So I could just select Deuce only or 10, friends or whatever the case is, or anybody who's mutual. So Deuce and I are friends or any friends that are mutual with you, all of them, they don't need permission. Y'all can all cameo each other, or you can set it to everybody on the platform. So Justine, Matthew Berman, Matt Wolf, or Matt VidPro, all of the major AI, well, Justine might not be in the AI realm, but so Sam Altman's on like almost all of them. I've made one with them, so they've kind of opened it up on the platform. So it's interesting. And I guess the cool thing is it does watermark and they still have a lot of prompt adherence. So I guess the way I'm thinking about it right now is that it's so hypersensitive because Deuce, you said you tried a video and it gave you the error message or something like that, right? Like, or it gave
Absolutely.
you that
So
caution, like, yeah,
so of course I guess they've thought it all out with community guidelines. I
yeah.
asked it, specific prompt and to play a specific song. Of course that goes against the community guidelines because I guess they don't have copyright clearance and everything, which is cool. Understandably so. But it's very, very interesting to see how the video generation works. And it almost reminds me of what we were looking at a few weeks ago as far as
Thanks, Phil.
yes. I
Yeah, I
do
knew
my
you go.
best.
I knew you go.
I was like, look,
Hanksville,
I was trying to think of the name real quick, but all right.
yeah.
But it reminds me of, what we were talking about a few weeks ago with Higgsfield AI. As far as the video generation, Higgsfield is really killing the game right now. But with this video generation and what Sora 2 is doing is very, very interesting because you can prompt it to do a lot of things. I've seen people take their own cameo and re-cartoonize themselves, and we're going to share a couple clips that has come out from Sora and show you guys. But it's really, really cool. It's almost like, hey, this is really how a lot of deep fakes might get created, right? So that's kind of, a con, but it's very interesting, and I want to know how they're going to put a hold on a lot of these. But hey, here we are in today's world creating AI generated videos that look serenely
Yeah.
real.
So going back to what Deuce was talking about, so like remixing, it does allow you to remix other people's creation. So if you create something, if you allow it, they can remix it, put their own spin to it. So you'll see a lot of that. Like you choose something that you like, you can remix it. You'll type in your own prompt. It's kind of how originally Sora was in the web app or the website where you could go through there and you could remix other people. But now you can do it through the video platform. I love that it's in the app. That was the one big thing about Sora that I did not like because Google VO3, they were also web based, but at least you could use the Gemini app on your phone, and it didn't give you much controls, but you could at least download from there, and it was easier. Now with Sora, like the app is pretty good. As Deuce was mentioned earlier, it does remind me a lot of TikTok, but this is kind of the early stages also of Sora. Like you see people trying to get their followers up, and people are posting and all those other things. So it is like a young social media app. And I'm just wondering, Deuce, what's your take on will it really scale? Like, do you think this is one of those ones? What was that? It was Clubhouse. Remember that one came out? That was invite only, and that was supposed to
there's a lot
be
of few. Yeah.
yeah, there was like
The
some that
thing is
came
this.
out. This one's a lot different, of course, than those, but I'm just wondering, like, will this one really get legs? I'm gonna say yes. I think I'm bullish on it because it's just different.
I think it'll be pretty hot for a while. It'll ramp up, but it's going to be really hard. I think just that social media space is hard to get into, and it's going to take some time because you have, if you think about it, you have these videos. I think it's going to take some time for these videos to kind of go viral in a sense. And what we're probably going to see a lot of is a lot of these videos coming to the TikTok, the Instagram, the X,
Yeah,
and
with the
Threads,
watermarks, of course. Yeah,
right? And say, share it here, but you can go see my whole profile on, you know, Soar. So I
yep.
think it's going to take a little while just to scale from a social media platform, but the popularity is going to be there. The people who've, I guess, were originators, or that you could say the founders, as far as they were in the founders club, as far as getting early access, right? It might take some time to get some legs, but it's interesting to see how it will take off. I think this is a cool project from OpenAI, but also we'll see. They might put a paywall in front of it soon for membership. I don't know.
Yeah, they. I mean, I wouldn't imagine. I know there is limitations even as it is right now, where you can do so many per day if you're on Plus and Pro. Even
Right.
on Pro, they cut it off as well because you can imagine those GPUs are going to be. There was actually a funny one that somebody created. If I can find it, I'll include it on our video and put it in here or put it at the end where it had Sam Altman holding the door like Hodor did back in Game of Thrones, and he was like saying
You
Hodor, and they
shall
were
not
saying,
pass.
yeah, they were saying basically it was a Sam Altman holding the doors together, basically so people wouldn't burn up all the GPUs as people trying to get into the public. It was something along those lines, but it was hilarious. And it's better if you just view it. But all right, one point that we got to touch on is going back to what we brought up a little bit earlier in the conversation, is when it comes to copyright and all of those things. So apparently during their press release, they were saying videos that you create, you quote unquote own, I don't know, they didn't really get into the full extent of what exactly that means if you own them. But another thing right now, what you'll see is if you go on Sora, you're going to see a lot of IP content that's on there. Like, there's Mario, there's Louis, like any IP that's out there. You see Nintendo characters, Pokemon, Pikachu is like really popular on the platform.
That's
SpongeBob is
right.
everywhere. So you see all of these, and it's really open right now. It's really open. Like me, I created like a World of Warcraft 2 trailer or something like that just to kind of see if it would do it, But I was just like, and one guy, he did a GTA 6, like I had real access to it, and like it was like a real person, and it cut and it looked like it was GTA 6 or whatever. Like, so they have this open. I'm wondering like how's that going? Some people are speculating like, are they gonna get sued, or if it's just right now like they're trying to find that level because they are strict on certain things, but I mean it seems like IP right now is kind of the Wild West to kind of use that, and I'd imagine that would slow down.
Well, I mean, to your point, DJ, there's already some alleged lawsuits coming up with this. Even CNET's parent company filed a lawsuit against OpenAI alleging it infringed the Ziff Davis copyrights in training and operating its AI system. So there's
For
already
Sora too?
lawsuits. Well, I assume so. I'm
Oh,
just saying in general. So probably it
oh,
runs along with Sora too.
mm,
Ziff Davis is CNET's parent company. So just training and operating its AI systems, but that probably goes along with the same thing. You're seeing, like you say, you're seeing a lot of intellectual property already on the app for Sora 2.
live.
And granted, I know that OpenAI uses a lot of different things to train their models and everything, but where does there's probably a really fine line on copyright infringement, right? So that'll be interesting to see how that really plays out. But as
Wonder if it's
far
like some
as
kind of fair use thing because it's you
I
know, the
wonder.
way that they generated, I don't know. It's just, when you go on the platform, you do see a lot of that, and you can watch, other creators' videos. They'll show you a lot. Like Matt Vid Pro did a lot, so I'll link his YouTube channel. He did a great video of breaking it down as well. Matthew Berman as well. They have some good videos to kind of check out and reference, and we'll add some of our own creations and everything. I'm just excited for you, like you all to get a chance to play with it. If it's something that you're into, it's not for everybody, but
Yeah,
I think Deuce, right now we got to see if it kind of takes off from that social media platform standpoint. Because as you mentioned, it is hard to break into this game. But I think we're talking OpenAI here, right? This isn't like
you're
what I
right.
mean. And they may not win because even Google, what was that? Google Plus or what
Oh,
was it?
Google. It
Google
was Google
One
Plus. Google Plus.
or Google Plus, right? And they tried to do social media and it didn't,
Yeah,
it didn't work. And that's a
they had
big
a lot of
company.
backing. Backing.
They
They
had a
even
lot of
had.
backing, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember this specifically. They had an ad, or let's say a commercial rather, on their platform using Tom from MySpace
Oh, I didn't know
and
that.
how he backed it and everything, and how it made sense because you had these circles of your friends and everything.
Yeah, I
It was
remember the
interesting.
circles and all that. It
It
was
was
interesting how they
interesting,
did it.
but it
Yeah.
wasn't. I think it was past its time as far as the type of social media network because when you think about what they were doing with Google Plus, um, if it was back in, you could say the MySpace and was it Black Planet and all that, you know,
Yeah, yeah. What you know about
no, it probably would have been pretty great, early on Facebook days, but Facebook survived that and, transitioned to what it is. But, Facebook has branched out. But now, I guess when they came around, it was like you're a little behind the eight ball. And,
Yeah.
Instagram was coming out, Vine was coming out, Twitter was popping then. So it was just like nobody's really scrolling through this. But I think that also, correct me if I'm wrong, Google Plus didn't have an app. And I think
No,
that
I
is
think this was
really,
before. Not that I can remember. Not we could be wrong. We'll fact
and
check
even
it,
if
but
they did have an
yeah.
app, it wasn't like, it was very hefty. It was very heavy lifting, whereas like,
Because I
you
think
had
at the
Facebook
time it was
already.
trying to compete with Facebook, right? And Facebook was
Yeah,
just like
Facebook was
this
just
was
a
when
monster.
Facebook was like the monster. Like
Facebook was
this
a
was like
thing.
the yeah, Facebook was just there wasn't any room. Like everybody was on there posting
Man, I
everything. Like
remember, I
yeah.
remember, I remember when I would get on my computer, like how like you have your tabs that you open up to your homepage. Every time I would get up, I was in school, Facebook would be the first one to make my
Oh
email.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was it. You was
Yeah.
on
Because we
Facebook.
were
That's the
super
thing.
early though, because remember Facebook early, you had to be in college, right? So you
You
had to have
did.
your college like at first, it was like you had to have a college
I was in
email
high
and all
school when
those other
Facebook
things.
came out.
Yeah.
I had to
So
get an
like I think
invite
I
from my
was
sister.
I
I'm
think
like,
I
hey, yo,
was
give me that Facebook invite.
yeah, man. I don't know if I can't remember exactly. I'd have to look at when it came out, but I just know I did use a college email at that time. I had one and like I was on there super early and in there. But either way, we say all that
All
to
in
say is
all,
it's like not all of them can make it, even a big company like Google, but it was a time and a place. And now I think, this might be a good time for a new one to emerge because TikTok is probably the newest kid on the block in comparison to the other ones. But, a lot of people like that came at kind of it's the ship is already sold. Like a lot of people are already saying right now that to really have that major growth, you'd had to been on TikTok a couple years ago to really see that exponential growth quickly or something like that.
absolutely.
And maybe that's not the case for everybody, but it's definitely going to be interesting. So we will keep you guys updated with everything as it relates to Sora 2. I would definitely try to check it out for yourself. We will put a lot of the clips, especially the ones that we find hilarious, but there's so much creativity that's going on the platform right now. It's hilarious. Some of it is I guess, cringe, some people are doing like, it's not anything that wouldn't get accepted as a prompt, but it's just like, some of this stuff that's like a little weird, but it's different. Yeah,
Absolutely.
man.
Always, like you said, we have invite codes to raffle out. But if you
Yeah.
just want to try your own hand at it on how to get an invite code, make sure if you have an iPhone, go to the Apple App Store, download the Sora app, make sure it's the one with the navy background and the white cloud icon, log into your Chat GPT account, and tap notify me when access opens up.
Yeah.
That way you'll have make sure your notifications are on as well. And OpenAI said that the initial rollout is going to be in the US and Canada, and quickly additional countries will follow. And they are going to prioritize their pro users for Sora access. Plus, users will probably follow. But once you get your code and you finish setting it up, you'll get to see the cool things that we are seeing. And we hope you guys can see them, can create some cool stuff with us. So let us know in the comments what you guys are going to create on Sora. what you might use Sora for, what avenues you think it could be best suited in. Because right now, it's like the Wild Wild West all over again, and OpenAI has opened a new lane for that because Sora 2 could be anything, right?
Anything, man.
But
Yeah,
yes,
I mean that's yeah. Just definitely make sure you guys lock in here, like, share, and subscribe, and all of those things. And like I said, with the invite codes, are the ones that we'll be raffling off. Make sure to get subscribed so that way we can do that. But other than that, we
as
will
always,
definitely, as
like,
always,
comment, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
peace.